That's the sound of the men working on the chain. Yeah, yeah. That's the sound of the men working on the chain gang. Yeah, yeah. Hello, YouTube. We got to get into this. Well, I don't see anybody here, but I'm gonna go ahead and start. Listen, that woman, Pam Bondi, that I don't know what you call that woman. She's the voice for Donald Trump. Whatever he says, that's what she says, kind of thing. Anyway, she's here today inspecting Alcatraz. Hi, LJ. Mm-hmm. It's just me. Hey, they got that horrible woman. She's I can't stand her voice. Bondi. She's here inspecting Alcatraz so Trump can turn it into a prison. Have any of y'all been to Alcatraz recently? I went to Alcatraz back in the late 70s, and it's not changed. That is it's a museum now, right? It's a place where people go to see old things. It's not inhabitable, correct? If you look on your block at your house and you see a home that's been abandoned, nobody's lived in it for a long time. This damn thing has been empty since 1962. 1962 has been sitting up there in the middle of the water. You can imagine the amount of rust. It makes no sense at all. But like always, Trump has to stick to whatever the fuck he says. He said it, therefore it makes it a reality. It has to happen. And I think he likes thumbing his nose at our governor, Newsom. He likes thumbing his nose, so he likes coming and doing shit in California. He likes selling the military to California, the Coast Guard to California. He likes doing all this shit to California. He likes going through our stores and harassing people, tearing families apart in California. He likes to show that he is the one in charge. You got a whole goddamn country to run, fool, and you always want to make your points. Alcatraz is a horrible idea. The reason why they closed it in 1962, it was too expensive to run then. So it was too expensive in 1962. You can imagine what the cost is now. Correct? And I've been to Alcatraz since then many times, Sal. My family that come here, they want to see Alcatraz. It sits right in prime real estate off the coast of California. Why we want to sit up here? The past is the past. And our main focal point of the Bay is a prison. So you want to reactivate it as a prison, correct? Donald Trump is a stupid idea. You got the whole country and the whole world telling you what a dumbass idea that is. But of course, you can't just accept it. That's a dumb, stupid ass idea. You have to go through with it. So now you got this bimbo coming here. She's going to inspect it. Oh, yes, I think it can be done, Mr. Trump. I think it can be done. And how many millions and millions of dollars is it going to take just to run the damn place, right? They got no water. They got no plumbing. All the pipes and everything in the damn thing is all rusted out, child. It's been sitting there abandoned for what? How many years is that? 50, 60 years, right? Donald Trump. So what are you approving exactly? No one's ever escaped from Alcatraz. No one's ever, nigga, ain't nobody escaped from hardly any prison. We hear about a prison break maybe once every 5 years, right? You don't got to be out in the middle of the goddamn bay to not escape. Don't you got guards? Isn't that what you pay them for? Right? Then you got alligator Alcatraz, and he made that happen. Right, we have to have alligators. Alligators are there. It's going to be scary. Aren't the guns scary enough? Aren't the hundreds of guards that you have there, aren't they scary enough? Aren't the bars scary enough? Right? Why you got to go and try to make it extra mean and evil? It's because you are an evil, sinister monster. Correct? Anyway, how y'all doing? I told y'all yesterday, every time you open your eyes, the moment you wake up, Before you put on your makeup, here is Donald Trump. Another distraction, but he spends money like a drunken sailor. All this talk about money, how you got to take the food out of kids' mouth, all this talk about how you got to take people's health care. You got to close down the goddamn hospitals. You got to close down the nursing homes. All the shit you got to take from people. You're going to stop Meals from Wheels. You want to close down PBS television so we can try to get the truth, right? Everything's got to be closed, all to save money, and save money. And then you go and spend money on stupid ass ideas like this. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. He just pisses me off so bad. He could easily say, okay, after Miss Bondi come back, okay, that was a dumbass idea. Now that is the strength. That is a sign of an intelligent, a smart man to accept the truth. No, you're gonna push it through, Donald Trump. So all the millions you're going to spend on this goddamn Alcatraz, probably soon you get out of office, they're going to close it down again, child, right? Just going to Alcatraz, they're going to have to run boats and shit to get up there. They got to go. Then all of your employees and all of your service people, they got to climb up a mountain of steps just to get up to the goddamn prison. Are you going to install elevators as well, Donald Trump? You're talking about ancient times, child. Right? People don't live like that no more. On to invade us. It's a tourist attraction, and it actually makes. I was there yesterday. What was I there? What was the date? Thursday. I was there Sunday. No, I was there Sunday. And you sit and you look at Alcatraz. That is the most populated tourist area there is, and there are lines to get over there to see Alcatraz, right? A museum. If you look from certain angles, you can see much of it is hollowed out. It's so goddamn old. You would have to every building would have to be rebuilt. Correct? If you preserved anything, you preserve the facade, the one wall, right? But everything behind it has got to be a brand new. It's got to be rebuilt. It's not functional. Damn. And how many could you hold over there? What's it all about, Trump? I had an epiphany yesterday. I said, you know what? Many people called Barack Obama the what do they call him? Deport king or some shit like that. President deportation or something. Anyway, his numbers were much higher, but he was deporting the bad. He didn't make a big show out of getting rid of people or destroying families and all that. He actually went and deported many people who with criminal records and all that kind of stuff, right? And there were huge numbers, much huger than he's been able to accomplish by going up into 7-Elevens, correct? Much bigger numbers, and he was deporting criminals. Then Biden came along, and Biden has numbers much higher for deportation than Trump. Now, both of them higher numbers, correct? That means that all of those people that they deported are gone. Unless they just obsessed with getting back over here, they're gone, correct? So here comes Donald Trump. He comes in office now. Oh, we're just going to get rid of the criminals. They're murder. You call them murderers before you even started running, honey. You call them, they're murderers. They're rapists. Well, if these people were able to take all of these, let's just say 1 million people out of the country, they're gone then, right? So when Donald Trump gets there, he's trying to match the goddamn numbers. He can't do it because the criminal element has been erased. They say almost nobody's coming over the border, correct? So what does he do? But does he say that, okay, we've moved on now, we have other issues in this country? No, he already ran on that for fucking 10 years, correct? Right? The rapists, the murderers, then they go and they pick one person out of San Francisco. Oh, the lady was abused. Yes, there was one crime. It was a terrible crime, right? Oh, there was one in Chicago. Meanwhile, the Americans had 30,000 deaths, murderers, rapists. So like I said, I don't like bullies, and that's all that is. That's a bully. I'm sure if they could trace Donald Trump back to his childhood, you would see him in classes picking on the poor people. I can almost guarantee it, honey. Right? Ain't nothing but a bully picking on people. He doesn't even have the capacity to consider what he's doing to those people. He just lock them up in a cage. How you gonna send somebody to a notorious concentration camp? Why? Because they came to America and got a job and worked for your ass? Ooh, a bug. How y'all doing? How y'all doing today? Child, you try to investigate this story. By 5 o'clock, they'll have something else. See, that's what he does. He plays this game. We were talking about Epstein, Trump. He just moves people around and he does not respect his followers. He don't respect. He does believe that they're stupid. He called them stupid, yet people went crazy yesterday. I said, well, goddamn, didn't you know that he thought you were stupid? Who else would try all these schemes and shit that Donald Trump selling you Bibles and all this crazy ass shit, child? Who else would do that unless he had no respect for you? He thinks you're stupid and gullible. You should have already known that, honey. He got you voting him in office so he can take your health care. You're going to see your mama out there on the street, honey. They're going to say, oh, no, your mama can move back in with you. We can close down that nursing home. And how much are you really saving, Donald Trump? And what do you think the government is for? If they ain't supposed to do shit, but try to accumulate more money, correct, we have no idea what you're doing with it. But obviously, this Alcatraz bullshit, girl, and many other of your plans, they're all dumbass ideas. You got to have an alligator alley, nigga. You could have did that anywhere. The guards would keep people in jail. The cages you keep building for people. Some people would consider, what's it like to take a man off of his job working on a farm? He's sweating storms every day, getting underpaid. You pick him up and throw him in a goddamn cage. What does that feel like? How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today, honey? This whole damn country has become the Donald Trump show. Every goddamn day is more the Donald Trump show. Right? Oh, I don't like you looking over there. Now he's literally telling them, no. Don't talk about Epstein. Don't talk about, like you're giving people instructions as to what they're going to talk about, girl. Right? He started insulting them. They thought they were going to get off easy. Child, please. The boy's a lunatic, honey, and he's willing to drop bombs on people. So we should all be a little uncomfortable with Donald Trump in office. Hi, Lachey Davis. Ooh, it's hot in here. What's it hot in here for? Hold on, man. Let me see. Excuse me, baby. Hold on, man, people. Let me open. I ain't had my window open all this year. I have not had it open, but it is hot and gnarly. Now, I must warn you, I live right over the train or the subway where it comes out from underneath the ground, so it's going to get loud probably. But I got to get some air up in here. What's going on, Fraser Laurie? Ms. Hogg? Cynthia? How's everybody? Y'all watching the Trump show? I know most people have a job, honey. They ain't got time to be sitting around watching this fool every single goddamn day. I think my prediction, he's actually going to go through with this Alcatraz shit. And every time the news is not reflecting how he wants it to reflect, he's going to bring up what's going on in Alcatraz. But you want to give them the most expensive real estate in the country. You want to dedicate that to the criminals. Is that it, Donald Trump? He wants to make a big show of it. They'd be scared. They're scared to come here. Every one of your plans fails, Donald Trump. You got to accept it, honey. And now they're in that ass with that Epstein. He is so nervous about this damn Epstein. Oh, no, don't talk about that no more. Well, anybody knows if you're picking up people from Mar-a-Lago, and that's where he's getting the girls, recruiting the girls at. And they got a whole little scheme about how they hire homeless children and then put them to work at Mar-a-Lago. Next thing they know, they're selling their ass. Correct? You got something to do with it. I doubt that anything goes on in Mar-a-Lago that you don't know about. Correct? Plus, we already know you're a pervert. Didn't you make a video about how you grabbing women by their private parts? And you can do it because you're a celebrity. You can do it. Oh, I'm a playboy. I'm a playboy. Me and my buddy, whatever that dude name, Epstein. Right? Y'all doing everything you want to do. Correct? How could you not have anything to do with it? Of course, you're in these files. They're gonna alter that, child. We ain't gonna ever get the goddamn truth, right? But now his Republican compadres, they are disappointed in him. That a bitch. You ought to be disappointed in him when your damn liver gives out, or your heart. You have a heart murmur. You got to be rushed to the hospital and find out that you no longer have insurance. Correct? He already came in here and took away a woman's right. He can control all the women's right. That's what his big accomplishment was the first time, right? He wants to make a spiel. Donald Trump MO was always to get his name on every goddamn thing. I wonder what the name of Alcatraz is going to be now, right? He likes to write his names on shit, right? He just comes in here breaking up stuff that we didn't even know was broken. I never knew that all my Latin neighbors, my Mexican neighbors were murderers and rapists. Why wasn't I aware of that? Girl, I live in California. The mission is down the street from 4 blocks down the street. That's the mission, the Latin area. I ain't never seen any of that. Right? But that's how you announce, right? They are murderers. They are rapists. They are everything, y'all. And you've been fucking with them people ever since then. And God's going to get you. There's a price to pay for your evil ways, Donald Trump. And it might be in this Epstein case. What were you doing with the little girls? They have videos of you hugging on them, right? Didn't you go and buy the whole, what was that? The whole soccer team? You went and bought a whole soccer team, little girls soccer team. You say you can go in the locker room and you can do, if you admit that on camera, child, imagine what you actually do. Correct, Donald Trump? I mean, you were a pervert, correct? Don't you owe that woman millions and millions of dollars for going and running your hands up on her dress? Weren't you found guilty over and over again? Everything you charged with, Donald Trump, you're guilty of, yet your ass ain't in jail. Why aren't you in jail? 34 felonies. Ain't that a bitch? Nobody else can get 2 felonies. They say Trump has oh yeah, I saw that story. They say Trump has vascular issues in his legs. It was breaking news an hour ago. Yeah, they showed them fat feet yesterday. Some of these YouTubers are getting news faster than the goddamn traditional television, because I think it was Midas Touch was showing pictures of them fat feet yesterday, and it's already made it to the front of the news. He's got some kind of vascular problem in his legs, and they showed the picture. The YouTubers were discussing this thing with his hand, where it's obviously got makeup on his hands, like if you get do I have my words today? Help me, God. If you're getting needles in your hand and your arm, if you burn out your veins in your arm, then they go right through your hand or whatever. Anyway, he's got makeup all over his hands and so forth. And somebody, who was that? James Carville used to think that he had syphilis. He said, "Sure, look at his hands. Look at his hands." And the hand situation has got worse. So now that's top news. And he will never tell the truth. Every doctor we've ever heard from, oh, he's the healthiest man we've ever seen. That almost like their words were written down by Donald Trump. No one's ever seen anything like it. I said, well, goddamn, your doctor uses the same words that you use. I've got words. I've got big words. So no, we ain't gonna know shit. The Congress here, we don't have a Congress. We don't have a Senate, right? Who gonna tell us? Them big old fat feet could barely fit in the shoes. So So he'll have his doctors come out and lie to us again. He's in perfect health, yet he's so concerned with Biden's health. Why are you concerned about Biden's health, Biden's age? At least Biden did the job. At least he got his work done. God ain't gonna catch him with his work undone. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, they try to distract from all the great work. It is the greatest country in the world again. Girl, you ain't did nothing, Donald Trump. Harassing Mexican people, destroying their lives. We got to see little kids crying for their mamas and daddies. And you think you've done something? You've done shit. You haven't accomplished anything in this goddamn country. The prices are still high. Fuck the eggs. What about everything else? Everything is high. Rent so goddamn high. People live in little apartments like this, child. The rents are so high across this country, child. You have not even made an attempt to address any of the issues that affect us, right? Aren't corporations buying up all the single family houses all over the country, child? Correct? For a profit. All you think about is profit. I don't know why they thought that putting a business person, and you're only a businessman because your daddy was a businessman. I'm sure he would be so ashamed if he knew how you fucked off his $500 million. Mm-hmm. He called us, they are stupid and weaklings. And they're bigots. That's what he ran on. Every issue he had got something to do with minorities. Dude, oh, the plane fell out the sky the first week he was there. Oh, the DEI. It's because of the DEI. Now they find out that we don't even have air traffic controllers. What are they, 2,000 short? No, I think they're 3,000 short of air traffic controllers. Correct? What'd you do, Donald Trump? You wouldn't find out if anybody got any dirty blood in them? You haven't addressed shit. You haven't accomplished nothing. Firing a bunch of people, all of these federal employees. Do you call their house and see how they're holding up or how they're doing? Or was it so easy for them to just go and step into another job? How many other jobs do you think were available to them? Or did they have to go back and working at Walmart? Trying to figure out what you've done for us, honey. What have you done for us lately? How is the housing? How is the homeless situation? Right? Oh, that's right. You don't give a fuck about California, right? Because that's a Democrat state. That's Democrat state. What kind of thinking is that? For you, are you the president of the whole United States, Donald Trump? Your concern should be for every damn state here. Or if you didn't want the job, you shouldn't have took it. Just to get more money. They need to compare how much money did you have when you first ran, you came down the golden escalator, honey. How much cash did you actually have? And how much do you have now? Donald Trump. He's so terrified. Oh, the minorities are taking over. What's wrong with that? Can't you have different cultures? That's who you romance. Now you turned on them. You done turned on pretty much everybody, Donald Trump. Right? You make us a big deal out of loyalty, but who are you loyal to? You ain't loyal to nobody. You try to hang your vice president. Didn't even occur to you to go and stop that action. It wasn't because of you that they stopped. They would have hung him, and you would have pardoned him. He wanted Pence to go in there and do something that's never been done in history. All got to do it for you. Oh, no one's ever did anything like this before. No one's ever did anything like anything, Donald Trump. You've accomplished shit. You've made nothing better. Nothing. When Obama came into office, what did he get? 35 million people that finally had health insurance, child, where they weren't running back and forth to the emergency room and costing more money than the damn insurance costs, right? And you did everything you could think of, child, to try to overturn Obamacare, correct? Because you didn't want the people to have no insurance, even though a lot of them were white people. And now you found another way. I'll get them this way. I'll get them this way, right? I'm going to save them. Save it for who? Why are they paying taxes for? What are you saving it from us for? Nobody gets any of it. Are you going to come up with one of these schemes to come out? I'm going to send you a check. I'm going to send you a check for $900. I'm the king. Right. How long does it take to go through $900? That ain't shit. People want their house not to cost $3 million. They ain't even, he didn't even address the issues in his country. They just use that fentanyl. They talk about fentanyl coming from Canada. Bullshit, child. Reason to go start a fight with them. You know, fought a fight with everybody. Oh, the deals. I made several deals. All the deals, 90 deals in 90 days. Oh, the letters are going out. How you gonna send somebody a letter demanding demanding and informing them what they're gonna pay to the United States and call that a deal? That ain't a deal. They have no input at all. There's no conversation. There's no phone call. There's nothing. There's no back and forth, honey. And making a deal, right, that works for you and works for me. That ain't no goddamn deal. That ain't number strong arming. And a lot of these people are they're gonna do what they're gonna do. They're gonna be forced to go look at other countries for their products. And then they're gonna eventually find out, you know, we can do this without America. He keeps saying how great. Oh, they got to do it. They got to come. They got to come through America. They have no country without America. They bent down and kissed my ass. He said that, the president of the United States. I'm just saying, what the hell is this? Is that gray hair? I want to look gorgeous for y'all. They got to bow down and kiss my ass. Up and down, up and down, up and down. His country was fine. We didn't have all the issues, honey. The issues where it costs too much to live here. That was the issue. You ain't even addressed it. Now they want to build more of these goddamn cages all over America, right? Where you gonna put them up high up on the hills, everybody can look and see them, right? Oh, it's self-deport. Get out of here. Get out of here. Well, why they got to get out of here? Why they got to get? I mean, what is the great offense? They're not rapists. They're not murderers. That was all some bullshit you came up with, right? And what happened to all these millions of people that Obama and Biden deported? Aren't they gone? Right? Is that what the problem is, Donald Trump? You ain't got nobody else to deport. Is that it? So you go after the families, constantly making people feel like they are less than. They are not people we need to care about. They are not people. So the vascular issues, let me see. That could mean heart problems as well. He wouldn't never tell the truth. You wouldn't know it till they laid him out on the ground, honey. He only damn doctors come over and lie, and you got the FBI come out and lie, the CIA come out and lie. Now they got more ICE agents than they got the FBI and CIA combined. When do we need all this goddamn police force here, honey? Never. Are those they're probably privately. Is ICE owned by the government, or is ICE actually owned by these businessmen? I don't know. I think they're moving in that direction. I wouldn't curse them. Build more prisons and make them private. All this shit is crazy as hell. I mean, goddamn. I saw Sister Number One show. And Justin, what's going on, Justin? And Trump still hasn't released any health care plan. He said he got a plan in the making. You said that 10 years ago, Donald Trump. Ain't you been working on your plan? That's what you're supposed to do as a president. If you know you ran last time, you couldn't get overturned Obamacare. You said you had a plan in the what do you say, outline of a plan or whatever. Well, you've had another 10 years to work on it. So how's the progress, Donald Trump? Because you have no interest in getting more people on health care. You could give a fuck about health care, correct? You just want to destroy everything. Then he got them goddamn, he made them those cuts, those tax cuts that they had for all these billionaires, multi-billionaires. Now he makes them permanent. So for the rest of your life, they never gonna pay no taxes. And then when the taxes, many of these corporations haven't even paid any taxes. Guess what? He wants them to have another cut. That's why he's cutting your Medicare and your Medicare and your Social Security. All the shit he wants to cut, and all these jobs he wants to destroy, honey, and all these people he wants to throw out the government. All that is so these people can get another cut. Well, how do you cut from zero? You want them to pay less than zero? Is that how they gave? Is that why they gave you the money, Donald Trump? How many promises did you make? Turn this thing into a goddamn joke. How you going to take a reality TV star and turn that into the president? So when you called them people stupid, you had a point. You had a point. You convinced them that America was getting less white. Just keep it real. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Mm-hmm. They don't. Nobody will mention that part. That's the primary part, honey. That's why his assault on all minorities. He don't want black people to get a chance to do shit. He wants to keep them down there, shoeshine boys. That's what he wants, honey. He called them black jobs. Brown people are not less than anybody else. The point is, they are trying to get into a new country, and they come here and they realize that they have to work. That's why they come up getting many of the jobs that Americans won't take, right? We've had those jobs before they got here. We were certainly doing those jobs, but time moves on, Donald Trump, and you are so intimidated. You turn everything into black and white, everything into brown and white, correct? Right? But if they're willing to work, correct, and they're willing to accept these bullshit ass wages you're giving them, correct, why are you complaining? And why do you have to have control of all of these American people's businesses? Because that's what you've done. You've taken control. You determine their profit margins based on your tariffs, correct? So America got to get a cut of it. Yeah, so everybody's business, America got to get a cut of it. You're like you a fucking mafia don or something. Well, if you were any kind of decent mafia don, you wouldn't have bankrupt casinos, right? Because it's like you just stick with these dumbass ideas of yours. And yes, I think you could very easily. Well, America is not going to go bankrupt, but we're certainly kicking on a hell of a lot of dick with this other harebrained scheme of yours. And a big, beautiful. Why'd you even call something a big, beautiful bill? A big, beautiful bill. You a grown ass man. ICE is backed by the federal government. It's supposed to be fed now. He says it's bigger than FBI and CIA put together, and all the other agencies. Any other? They made this huge thing about clearing brown people out of America. Why? Why am I sitting in the state right now? It's called San Francisco. That's a Spanish name. Los Angeles. That's a Spanish name. Right? All up and down. This used to be Mexico, honey. This was originally Mexican land. You're cheating out of them. People like you cheating about the land, and then you don't even want them to be a part of it. They got more history here than you do. Where are you from? Where are your wife from? You hate immigrants, right? Unless they're your immigrants. Mm-hmm. I'll be glad when he expires. God needs to give us mercy that he not president in his upper 80s. Yeah, I don't even know how to pray, honey, concerning that fool. I don't, because I know there's only one God. That means that God gave us dominion over this thing. We're supposed to figure it out ourselves, honey. I don't think he wants me praying the demise of these presidents or anybody else. This is a human problem, a human stain. Mm. Left to my own devices, I would be, though. A destructive devil that took over all the airways. Then he wants to defund PBS. Who is that benefit? Who's benefiting by that, Donald Trump? Why is PBS bothering us? Because they're not kissing your ass? Every individual got to kiss your ass. It is a disgrace. It's 60 Minutes, for whatever the reasons they had, they go and pay your ass, and now you think you can extort anybody. Ooh, look at that water. It is a hot day in San Francisco. I may have to get out there in it, honey. Mm-hmm. Using personal police. Okay. It is a federal agency that he is using as personal police force. Mm-hmm. They show pictures of all them people he sent to LA. They were laying all up in the train station, child, laying on benches, laying on the floor. They ain't had nothing to do. He sent all them people here for what? Because the Latin people had the nerve to speak up, to protest like everybody else in this country protest. Right? It's always got to be them against us against them. Bullshit. They're people. They showed them taking high school kids out of their classes, honey. Crazy ass man. Okay. He has also made it legal for a local law enforcement to now be ICE deputies. Oh my God. Uh-huh. He's in full out battle with the governor of California. He consider us the enemies. Like you're gonna be a president of half a country. Really? And you have no respect for the half you've chosen to follow you, correct? The rich ones follow you because they have a vested interest, right? And they've invested their money in you. And the poor ones, they just voting on bigotry and prejudice. How is you going to be so excited about other people's lives being destroyed for no reason? They weren't born here. Then he tried to take away your birthright citizenship. What is wrong with him? He's crazy. What benefit does that? How does that benefit you, Donald Trump? Like he ain't got shit to do as a regular president. That's why it was good we had Biden, because Biden just went in and held like a placeholder. So to make sure we had no disasters, nothing goes wrong, right? To improve. Everything was always to improve the conditions of America. Not him. He just coming in breaking shit. And I don't know how much he confessed or told to Elon Musk, but Musk knows a few things about that election. Honey, I got more vocabulary than Donald Trump. He cheated. You know good and damn well he cheated. If he got a degree from Wharton, it's because he cheated his way through. Either his daddy paid for his test or he paid for it. Even his own family says that, honey. He ain't studied nothing. He ain't learned nothing, child. He just believes whatever he believes, and that's the law, honey. I'm gonna see if he's gonna come over here and waste billions of dollars building to build out Alcatraz. How many people do Alcatraz even hold? The buildings ain't even that big because it's built on rock. Right? They used to call it the rock. I mean, you can't build. There's no place to, only so much you can build out on Alcatraz. Correct. And essentially, he has to go over there and put new buildings on Alcatraz. That is uninhabitable. They've kept it uninhabitable because they wanted to use it as a museum. They want to show you not nothing new, nothing shiny, right? They got 2 or 3 restrooms on there that new, and that's about it. You got to bring the water in. He always wants to leave his name on every goddamn thing. That's why he wants to take over Alcatraz. Watch, it'll be changed to something like, oh, Trump land, Alcatraz. Go to New York City, he got his name written on every goddamn thing. The big, beautiful girl, the shitty, disgusting bill. We're gonna feel the pain too, honey. They talking about a revolt now. Wait till that goddamn bill kicks in. You think they're stupid now? I'm surprised there's not more protests in the streets about this Donald Trump. And there probably is. You know, they try to hide our eyes from it. Sesame Street is too. Sesame Street is too. Well, what's wrong with being woke? I don't understand that. Being sensitive to other people's needs. How does that affect you even? It doesn't. Oh, you being woke. We got to get rid of DEI, diversity. Why we got to have diversity? Why can't the whites be in the building and the niggas be in the field? Why can't, what's wrong with it? That's what they did in 1826, 1826. You're just evil. And God's going to get you. Gonna get you. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way, honey, for people like you. Okay. Hi, June Lynn. I heard on the radio today that Trump hates PBS because there is a show called Frontline that has done shows about him and all the crap he's done. Poor baby got his feelings. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Anybody who's ever crossed, he even said he's gonna come in there and he coming for revenge, honey. Vengeance is his. No, don't say so said the Lord, so said the Trump. Thank you, Lynn. Or June Lynn. Yeah, you would just cut. I mean, why would you be mad at Harvard? You're mad at Harvard. You're saying that they are anti-Semitic. Nobody is more prejudiced and bigoted than you, Donald Trump. So why would them be, if they were, we know they're college students, whatever. If they were anti-Semitic, Donald Trump, why would that offend you? Right? You said it was fine people on both sides. People are carrying tiki torches, correct? Remember them? Jews will not replace us. Jews will not replace. Then you said they were good people, Donald Trump. So why would that offend you? Did they reject you back in 1962? What are you getting evil for? Hey, it ain't about no prejudice, honey. That's a bull. That's more lies. Everything's a lie. And they put that fool in prison. They made him the president, even though they already proved that he had lied like 36,000 times. Every time he opens his mouth is a lie. I do not listen to Donald Trump. Whenever they have him on anything, girl, I turn the channel. I'd rather get it from the commentators. I would rather get it from the commentary to sum it up what he said, because whatever he says is not, it's a lie and it cannot be trusted. It's a spin and it's a lie. And you did have something to do with that goddamn boy. When you were at the party with that, I wish they had more pictures. With whatever, oh, shit. When you were at the party, you were smiling, whispering in his ear. You were very close, correct? That was your best friend. Now who is it? Right? Now he's an asshole, right? Now he's a monster, correct? I wonder. We need to get them girls back in here and give more testimony from the girls, because that's what gets to people. People hate child molesters, correct? Even when you go to prison, they hate they kill child molesters, child. They got rapists in there and drug dealers and all kind of motherfucking people beat up each other and kill each other. They don't care. Only thing they care about is child. Did you put your hand on children? And what are you going to say, Donald Trump? You going over there with Epstein, correct? So the girls come in and you leave? Is that what happened? I wonder what that Ghislaine Maxwell knows. And she wants to get out of that cell. If there's anything she knows, and she has to know something, if if she's Epstein's best friend and Donald Trump's Epstein's best friend, they had to be hanging out sometimes. They were together there at Mar-a-Lago, right? And then where they got the girls from? She knows stuff as well. So I understand now that they wanted to what did they do with Ghislaine? They fired the woman who prosecuted her, Comey's daughter, who had dedicated her life to public service, and now they done fired her, and she's involved in this case as well. There's something about this Epstein thing, honey, that will destroy him. So, little ladies around the country, if y'all have had that experience, we're sorry you had that experience. But if you know anything about Donald Trump, y'all need to come forward, honey. I'm sure there's a few million in there for you somewhere. He likes young girls, even younger than the ones. Hey, Sweeney. Forgive my dog. There's a banging. What is the banging going on? Oh my God. Come on, baby. Get it, bum. Come on. There's somebody banging out there. They banging. Say hello to the people. Hi, people. How you doing? They're trying to come in the door and attack my daddy. I have to protect him because I am the security. Sweet dog. What else is happening, people? So Trump has got fat feet and bad circulation in his hands. It looks like maybe Comey was right. Comey said he had syphilis. I mean, not Comey. I'm thinking I just said Comey's name. James Carville, not Comey, Carville. He said a long time ago that he thought Donald Trump had syphilis. Calling the new Superman woke. So if it should have been disqualifying for him to even come out and attack DIA or the woke people and all. It was obviously racist, all based on race, honey. And they put him in office. Now they're seeing that he don't give a fuck about them either. You think Donald Trump is not a classist? This is a man that turned the White House looks like a goddamn garage sale in Las Vegas somewhere, child. Gold everywhere. Everything is gold. I said, Donald Trump, who is your designer, girl? Somebody hire him a decorator because he done came into the White House. Now everything has got to be gold, even the chairs. I said, well, girl, you got all these gold fixtures and these gold statues and everything is gold. Why would you go and have gold furniture too? Right? You think he really gives a fuck about these people out here in the Midwest working in factories? He had nothing but contempt for you, and some of it slipped out yesterday. And he does believe that you're stupid. That's why he figured out what you wanted to hear, and that's what he ran on. PBS has to be defunded. Harvard and other colleges have to be defunded. All this money got to be saved. Medicare got to be defunded. Everything. Social Security. They said over and over and over ad nauseum, we will not touch Social Security. We will not touch Medicare. We will not touch Medi-Cal. We will over and over and over and over again. What did they do? First thing they do with their big filthy ass bill, child, is cut all those things they said they would never touch. Everything that man says is a lie. Hey, calm down. What you doing? You do. Let me see. Rest in peace. Connie Francis passed away. Oh no. God bless you, Connie Francis. We're all moving in that direction. It's one thing about the internet. We know everybody who dies. And of course, people die every day. We have to. Hank Aaron tribute the other day. Did I watch Hank Aaron tribute? Remind me who is Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron. No, I didn't watch it. I'm not. My brain is frozen on. Well, I hope I can hurry and get it. Oh yes, Lachey, you gotta get you a job. Mm-hmm. He gonna affect your job too. He's affecting all business with his tariffs. Mm-hmm. It's got to be a better way. Attacking PBS. What kind of a monster is that, child? He is a monster. He knows his days is limited on this earth, honey. So he's trying to make a big splash. Why? You ain't gonna see it. Right? Your family gonna be trying to live down the shame for the rest of their lives. Like Bernie Madoff's family, honey. All we gotta hope for is that you don't somehow end us up in a goddamn physical war. Right? You ain't got no problem. Look at all that water. Lord have mercy. So the summer is finally here then. Gotta be. Gotta bring my fan in here. Mm-hmm. Did you see that? Take the World Cup trophy. He took the World Cup trophy. Is that what they said, that he went and had a copy made for them and he kept it for himself? Remember how he used to make big magazines, like he was on all these magazines, and get them all blown up and put them in gold frames? And he wasn't even on the cover. He made the covers up like they do on Facebook. I'm sorry, World Cup. Yeah, they need to show more of that stuff just to show his character. Although those people seem to be pretty blind. Finally, these Republicans, that's who needs to show the power, like they did with Richard Nixon. When they wake up and say, wait a minute, you just called my grandma stupid. I saw him, remember the first LJ, remember his first term, and they had all the world leaders in Europe and they were taking pictures, and he was pushing the world leaders out of the way so he can get to the front and take his picture. He really thinks he look good with all that orange paint all over his face, child. He makes us look like a fool. I'm sure they got all kind of memes and magazines making fun of this country because of Donald Trump. He gonna make them take him seriously by affecting their products coming in or out of this country. So he said all these deals he'd been talking about, all these deals were just him writing a letter to them demanding what they're going to pay us. And they ought to be really watching that money, because I don't think he's doing any of this for free. Donald Trump had no interest in politics before he ran, right? So why'd he run? He's not interested in people. He could give a shit. All to his profit. And he's so greedy that he's still selling Bibles and sunglasses and watches. And now he got perfume with his little gold figurine on top of it and all this shit, child. That shows you he's mentally ill. If you're making all these trillion and billion-dollar deals, how are they going to take a failed businessman and put him in charge of trillions of dollars, child? Right? It doesn't make no damn sense. If he bankrupt 6 times, then he's willing to bankrupt America as well. He don't give a fuck. He knows it's only 4 years. He's going to get in there and he's trying to set up his family. They all started their own businesses, honey. Well, you got to pay $1 million to be a part of their club. His supporters swear he's a great businessman. Really? Do great businessmen go bankrupt 6 times? Damn near everything he touched turned to shit. Right? Because they buy the hype. That's what he is, a hype man. His whole TV show, you're fired. And that's what he's playing in the White House. A great businessman. Yeah, come in there and write his name on the Holy Bible. Why you got your name on the Holy Bible? You didn't write it, did you? Most books I got, all my books, honey, got my name on them, bitch. You know why my name's on it? Because I wrote it. How the fuck you gonna take the Bible and write your name on it, and now they got to pay you? They resurfaced the interview with Barbara Walters. I miss Barbara. Yeah, I saw. Let me go do a perimeter check, people. Let's see what it's going to be every day. As I told you, every day it's the Trump show, honey. Okay, crazy eating his own tail. MAGA turning against Trump over Epstein. Well, they're all saying that MAGA is turning on him since yesterday. So we have to see what that turns into. Oh, remember when Trump made fun about it? Yeah. Okay. Yes. So I see a lot of old videos coming up, releasing the files. Trump's Epstein files saga. Okay. Yeah. A lot of old videos are popping back up again. But maybe this will be the. I don't know what we can expect though. Even if they turn against him, they gave him all the power now. What can we do? How you get rid of him? Is that called Amendment 25? Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? He gonna do something stupid. He does something different. Who remembers what he did last week? This was a whole different story last week, right? I've been saying that since he got in office. Every goddamn week, it's a totally different story. What was last week? Did he drop a bomb on anybody? Lord. So many countries are burning the American flag. See, he wasn't there thinking he's all powerful. He could dominate people. He could boss them around like he's the king and all that bullshit, child. But they're gonna realize is that, honey, there are other countries in the world. Maybe we got to sell two countries in order to make up what we were getting from America. But it can be done. Freeze his ass out. We know we don't got to make it for 4 years, honey. Oh, many countries are deporting American people. Oh, really? It would make sense. And it's a damn shame when you be rooting against your own country, but we're not rooting against America. We are rooting against Donald Trump. Like he went over fucking with the Canadians. Right? We were saying, stand up, Canada, stand up, Canada. Come in, talk about taking over somebody else's country. Sounded just like Putin. Now, 2 weeks ago, he had turned on Putin. What happened to that story, Donald Trump? You were mad at him, you say, because he keep killing everybody. Well, didn't you know he was a murderer? How long has Putin been killing people? This particular war is was it 2 years? But he was killing people long before that, Donald Trump, when you said he was a great guy. I don't know why he would lie. Really? He just killed 200,000 people. You don't know why he would lie? Anyway, people, you know, you can't hardly turn the computer on without seeing his face all over the goddamn place, right? So America's become the Trump show. It's not a serious place anymore. And we just got to hope that he doesn't do so much destruction before he's out of the office. It would be better if they could find a way to get him out of office because he deserves not to be the president. He is nothing but a reality star and a trash salesman, right? Go back to making your little Bibles and your rings and your bracelets, girl, and your T-shirts and all this shit that you make, your Trump hats and all this stuff, girl. If that's where your heart is, Trump, then go and do that, man. Go and do that and give us back our country. They're hurting our country. They're hurting our country. You fucking con man. The hell out of here. Ooh, why would you say something like that, Justin? Tim, do you think J.D. Vance will do a better? Ooh, no, I don't. I think it'd be more the same. He's a different kind of devil. Another demon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the scary part about getting rid of Trump, though, because if you got rid of Trump, then J.D. Vance would step in. He's next in line for the presidency, so we wouldn't win with that either. This is just horrible, horrible situation. Uh-huh. They raised 40. No, that's a nightmare, Justin. Don't even think about it. Yeah, they both will have to go. So I don't have any answers, Justin. Right? But I'm an American just like everybody else here, honey. We all American people. We all have our opinions. Right? We can't let this fucking reality star just come and take over our country and do whatever the fuck he wants to do. He set this up from the beginning. That's why he invaded the Supreme Court. Right? He made it where he cannot be charged with any crimes, and he's a criminal. He's a hardened criminal, and never done a day in jail. You remember what it was like right before he came in office, right? Guilty, 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 guilty. Every court he went before, guilty, 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 and they still making him the president. So I guess what he said was true. He said he could kill somebody on Fifth Avenue and they still vote for him. That's the mind of a cult leader. He's a sick person. A sick person. But we know what sick people can do. Is Trump a German? He's from Germany, right? Where did he get all his ideology? I heard somewhere that he had Hitler's book by his bed. Thank y'all for coming in. Good to see your soul sister number one show and Justin, moderators. We'll talk later. Later, people.